Chloe! Happy birthday! Yay! 19. I'm turning 70. How do I do it? Why do I look so youthful? Moisturizing. Good morning and happy birthday. Chloe, this is from Aiden, and this is from Guy. I just drew this for you. Waka waka! You don't get a birthday cake from Fozzie. You get a pie in the face. 19 years old, oh my goodness, you have the whole world in front of you. And I'm so happy for you. Being an artist, being a musician, loving puppets. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamer, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on a falling star? Somebody thought of that. Paul Williams, you know. Someone believed it. What it's done so far. Well, so far, you are absolutely crushing it. I want to tell you, and listen, I am an old guy. You know, Jim and I worked together for, 10 years? And every single day, the Muppets that I was writing and drawing were in those newspapers in front of 150 million people. And you know what the secret of all of the magic is? You know, Jim said once upon a time that the only way that the magic works is through hard work. But hard work can be fun. And it is. It is. You don't just go from 0 to 60, you know. It didn't happen like that for me, you know. But I believed in myself. And I had others that could see something in me. And for me and for you, if the arts and music and everything is oxygen, then go for it. If you need it to live, then go for it. That's what I do. You know, people say, when are you going to retire, Guy? You know, you've been at this 51 years. And I'm like, well, I guess me and God have a deal. You know, when I retire from breathing, he'll give me an extra couple of days to finish whatever it is I'm doing, you know. It started for me, I'm going to give you this advice. It started for me, Walter Lantz, the creator of Woody Woodpecker. This is a sculpture that he did. And he even signed it for me. When I was 10 years old, Walter Lantz, I wrote to him. I didn't know him, you know, I was a nobody. I was a nothing, you know, from Connecticut. But I wanted to make people happy. And it was for a selfish reason. It was because it made me happy to make people happy. And I saw the happiness that people like Jim and Walter brought to the world. And I wanted to be one of those people. So I got Walter Lantz's address off of a TV show. And I sent him all of my artwork. And do you know the most famous animator in the world wrote a 10-year-old child back? And here's the advice that he gave me. And this is the advice that I give everybody that says, how can I make it, you know, in music or in art or doing what you do? He said, you have a lot of talent, he said, for a 10-year-old boy. You try very hard. And I believe if you keep on trying and you never, ever quit, someday you will be a successful cartoonist. Sincerely, Walter Lantz. The fire that lit in me when I was 10 years old, it carried on. I wound up traveling to New York. I lived in Connecticut. I would take the train starting when I was like 13 years old. I mean, God knows. I wanted to get a job. And I had told my mom, at one point when I was about 3 years old or something, that I was going to go to California and work for Mr. Lantz. Well, I couldn't get a train in a day to California, but I could get a train in a day, a few hours from Connecticut to New York City, where they made books. And by 16, I got my first job with Disney. I was never the best at anything. But you know what? I could be the guy that tried the hardest. And so Jim taught me to keep on going. No matter what. You just keep on going. There were a lot of hellos and goodbyes in my time with Jim in those 10 years. He was saying goodbye starting in 1978. He knew that by 1981 or so, he was going to stop the weekly Muppet Show. And so he had started already looking for somebody who became me, the guy to write and draw the Muppets for the whole world. 150 million people seeing every mistake I made, right? And creating the Muppet Babies and all that. But Jim was going to, had this incredible achievement, and in the middle of this achievement, he was thinking about other achievements and growing, because we grow, we breathe every single day, and we keep on trying. And so as he was sort of saying, thinking about saying goodbye to the show, he was saying hello to me. And I got to be with him and work with him on everything, the Fraggles and the Babies. I even got to be one of the creators of the Babies, everything. And then after he left us, everything else, MGM and Universal and Warner Brothers, etc. In your life, you will have moments. You'll have moments where you are ecstatic because someone is understanding you, and you're going to have moments where they're not, that you're wondering, Jesus, is it worth it, and all of that. And all of that is really, really, really a whole part of the journey. Just remember, it's a wonderful life. Art is such an incredible thing to have a part of your life. You get to make people happy and make yourself happy at the same time. Jim once told me that in those moments where you're feeling this magic, to take a picture. When you have these successes, keep them inside for those times that, you're going to need this. Don't rely on taking pictures on your cell phone, but do what Jim told me to do back in '83 at the height of my craziness and my blur of being the Muppets for the whole world. He said, Guy, without telling anybody, you're so busy and you're doing so much. Without telling anybody, take a picture. But not just with your eyes, but with all of your senses of that moment. Everything that you're feeling, what the electricity of the moment, what are all of your emotions? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you feeling? What are you tasting? All of that. because that moment, that particular moment, will never happen again. Keep it in here. Keep it in here. It's a wonderful life. That's what Jim said. It's a wonderful life. Enjoy it. I love you. I do too. I love you, Chloe.